Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 38 of our All the Mods 9 to the Sky Let's Play series, where today TheAndrata struggles with Botania and getting mana and opening up the portal, but we eventually get it done, so let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world, or really, I guess it's rather nighttime now, isn't it? In the world of TheAndrata. Today, we are going to wrap up our exploration of Botania. We should be able to open up our portal to Alfheim, get Terce Steel automated, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, let's dive on in. So, last episode we left off automating our runic altar. Where is Botania? I keep losing it. Automating our runic altar, all that stuff. In between episodes, I went ahead and set up a super simple automation here. I threw an interface over here to keep stone and vexing archwood in stock, which I probably should swap that out for some other kind of log, like oak logs, because we can craft those. I don't think we can craft vexing archwood. It's something to worry about later. Anyway, so I have that coming. They get pulled into a modular router, which has a placer module. So it's placing to the front of it. So it just places it in front of the pure daisy. And then I have a breaker configured to break the block of living wood log. So it breaks it and then it sends it back into the interface. And the same thing over here for stone to go to living rock. Pretty simple. Not fast, but automated. So it'll just continuously keep doing that over and over and over again until, we run out of either stone or living rock, which probably will never happen. So today what I'd like to get us set up going is our portal to Alfheim, and specifically getting ourselves started getting Terce Steel. I've kind of sort of got some of the stuff set up for us. Before we do that, though, I did go ahead and create what is called a requester. It is, I keep ending up in this corner. The requester, it is from ME Requester. It is a specific mod for requesting things because I'm tired of running out of sand. So the ME Requester, in order to access this, you have to use a requester terminal is what it says. So I'm going to go ahead and, nope, I guess that doesn't go, I can't attach it directly to that. That's kind of a bummer. But I guess if I place it here, I can access the requester terminal. No, but I can access the requester directly, it looks like. Okay. Anyway, requester terminal. What I want to do is I want to say sand. I want to keep sand in stock. So you're going to keep sand in stock, and the amount to stock is going to be, I want 2048 sand and make 64 at a time, I guess, or amount to stock 2048. Green means it's idling. Missing ingredients, it's crafting is yellow, exporting. I don't understand what the batch size thing means. Does the requester have a guide? No. Settings can be copied with a memory card, loses configuration if it's broken. Yeah. It just looks like it's requesting one at a time, which I don't care for that. It's just it's crafting 16 at a time. Okay. I just don't know, what is batch size? I'd like it to do, 3 batches, or let's just do 16. 16 batches at a time. So it just does a bunch of sand instead of, it's still only requesting 128 batch size. Is that going to make it request more sand? Well, now it said 32. I don't know. It's going so fast, I can't really tell. Anyway, we should now have sand being kept on hand for us, which is what I wanted. So I'm tired of running out of sand. And then every time I go to AutoCraft, it's like, you don't have enough sand. We can't pull it out of the system. And I just get annoyed. So we'll just keep sand on hand. And then for anything else that we need, we have that available. Okay, so terrestrial agglomeration plate. So what I have going on here, we have our wither aconites. They're working, they're chilling, they're doing their thing pretty well. I do want to go ahead and swap those. I accidentally picked up some of the nether stars. We're doing pretty good on mana. These pools are filling themselves up, so they're doing great. I did fill up some mana tablets because we're going to need them to open up our portal, so I have that going for us. But our next major goal is to get ourselves into our Terce Steel. Okay, to make Terce Steel, we're going to have to make this multi-block, which is 5 living rock, 4 lapis blocks, and we're going to want to use sparks for this. So I placed this here to give me an idea of where things are going to get laid out. So we're going to go ahead and do the thing. And see, now this broke those slow. Earlier, it was breaking them so fast, and I'm like, what is happening? Even though I was on slow mode. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and do this, and then we take our block of lapis, and then we get our terrestrial agglomeration plate. Simple to craft, just requires all those runes we've been making, so like we had extra of them, so why not? And you don't even use the runes for all of them. You get to keep some of them, which is great. The only one that gets used up is the Rune of Mana. We're going to definitely need a spark for this. You can set this up using a mana spreader and stuff. Don't. That makes absolutely no sense. Set up a spark for this to be able to pull from these mana pools, and it should go much faster. And then all you have to do is Terce Steel is a lot of mana credit. Use sparks. Place several sparks over your mana pools and one over the plate to direct your mana for crafting. Once you have the platform ready, toss your stuff. So we should just be able to toss a mana steel, a mana pearl, and a mana diamond. Let's try that again. Mana steel, mana pearl, mana diamond on top of this, and it's going to pull from the pools, which I don't want it to pull from this pool. And it just drained that pool. Thank you. Shift right click to remove a spark, by the way, with your wand. I can't craft any more runes at the moment, but look at that. We got a Terce Steel. In order to make the Terce Steel, it does utilize quite a lot of mana. It uses half of a container of mana for each one of these. I forgot about that. And I need a total of 4 of these to make the seeds. So we're going to need some more mana. Now I could use these and make 2 more. I do have the mana available inside of these. That doesn't help me overall, though, because I'm going to end up needing 1 more ultimately to make the seeds that we are going to need. I also don't feel like waiting terribly too much. So while this is working, let's work on pivoting just slightly and see if we can't speed up our mana production. How about that? So in order to speed up our mana production, we have a couple options, actually, right? So in Botania, we can definitely get a higher tier spreader. We can't do that yet, though, right? We can't get to the Elven mana spreader nor the Gaia mana spreader because we haven't either opened the portal to Alfheim or fought the Gaia Guardian yet. But what we can do is get lenses, and lenses are going to allow us to at least increase the amount of mana that's able to move and how fast it's able to move through that spreader. Because if we look at our spreader, we're going to see it's full, and we don't necessarily want it to stay full because that means that, like, the Wither Aconite is full. That Wither Aconite is full, which means that we're just kind of sort of waiting. It's waiting on our mana spreader to be able to spread that mana. So let's look at lenses, okay? So a lens of potency should be fairly simple to craft. We're going to want 2 mana lenses. So let's go ahead and do this and request those and get regular mana lenses. Those are your base. We're going to want a lens of potency. The lens of potency is going to allow it to send more. Then we're going to want to get ourselves a velocity lens, requires a rune of air. And if we take both of these and we combine them with a slime ball, we can make a multi-composite lens, is what it's called, in which we can put it onto our mana spreader, and it should help move that mana a little bit faster. Still bottlenecked, we're still backstuffed, but we're moving mana faster now, so that's good. Look, that mana pool is getting pretty decently full. If we got rid of the splitter, it would help because I wouldn't have to worry about all of these mana pools, splitting between all 4 of the mana pools. I could just focus on 1 mana pool right now, at least for this purpose. Maybe that would be a good idea. Let's do this. Let's get rid of the splitter. Let's get a mana pool and just focus on 1 mana pool for me right now. Fill up 1 mana pool, and then we'll remove the sparks from these guys. If I can get over there, give me that spark without picking up the nether star. But I pick up the nether star. Perfect. Okay. At least it'll fill up this 1 mana pool. And yeah. I honestly don't know if tick accelerating actually does anything other than make the animation go faster. I cannot tell if it does go faster or not. These guys are full, though, so I don't really know why I'm doing those. It's the mana spreader that's our bottleneck here. I guess I probably could set up separate mana spreaders for each of these guys. I could put one here. All right. Bummer, because now we have to wait. Okay, well, we'll be back. All right, AFK'd, went and grabbed some lunch, back for now, and we are looking pretty good on our mana pools. I do want to point out, though, that I don't know why or how, but we have a skeleton horse that spawned, and a skeleton riding a skeleton horse, and I have no idea where these guys would have come from. But they're here. I don't know what happened. Like, nothing in my chat log is showing like why they came or anything. Like, I flew around. I have F7 on for light overlay, and all the lighting looks good. Like, I don't know, but they're here. So, skeleton horses, yay! Don't know where those came from. Anyway, mana pool should be pretty darn good now. If we take a look at this, yeah, we're sitting at pretty full. Let's go ahead and grab a spark here, which should get us some more ingots. I actually probably should have not AFK'd for so long because now we're kind of bottlenecked. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and do this, this, and this, and that'll suck that out, and it'll start putting more in there. Are you kidding? They fell off. Having to have this land exactly on there is a pain. Don't fall. Thank you. Do the thing. Because it wasted a little bit of that mana is what ends up happening when that happens. So there's two. Come on. Come on. Get your mana. Get enough. Let's go. And, oh, almost there. It's progressively turning more green. Green. Oh. Thought I fell off the edge. There we go. We got one of the Terce Steels. Or, well, technically two. Let's do another one. There we go. And if we take a look at our mana, we are going to be pretty drained. But we might... Yeah, it's going to use this whole pool, isn't it? What I could do, maybe... Let's go ahead and absorb all this residual mana. Maybe... this would be the one that's the wrong way. Let's absorb this residual mana and then see if I can't get half a mana pool out of one of those. Because once we get these, then we'll have the seeds, and I'll never have to do this again. Honestly, like, we could literally tear that whole thing down. I will never have to do it again. So if I can get almost a full one... I only need half a mana pool for the portals. You need to be in that mode. Thank you. Get it all. Get enough. Fill the mana tablet up. So close. So close. Because what I would do is just... well, you know what I'm going to do right now anyway. Is just go ahead and drain this mana tablet. And then it'll build up. But we can go ahead and kick off our next one. And it'll pull from that mana tablet. Hopefully. Nope. Because I pulled extra. You, and you. Land on the block, please. You, and you. Oh, my goodness. You. There we go. Jeez Louise. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Once this finishes, I'll switch this over to fill tablet mode, and then hopefully we'll end up with half the tablet full. This one has a little bonus extra, too, so that's okay. Come on. And I'll put my mana splitter back. You're going to get there one of these days. Oh, and grab that. How much mana is in you? Absolutely none. You're drained. All right, so we need half a pool to come back into this guy. So we'll leave him there, and we're going to go from tablet to pool mode. Leave you there. Fill up. But we got our 4 Terce Steel ingots. I was going to make a 5th, but as you can tell, that ain't going to happen. So we'll get our 4 Terce Steel, and while that's doing that, we'll go ahead and fill up our seeds, or create seeds. So in order to make Terce Steel seeds, we're going to need Supremium. So let's grab some Supremium. We should be able to craft that up. And that's going to get us 4 of those. And make some seeds. And then we'll just be able to craft Terce Steel, which is great, which will allow us to get everything set up. Okay. Terce Steel seeds. Got it. And then we can pop over here and find an empty machine, which is going to be this guy. So all we got to do is put that in there. It's already pre-configured with the pusher. So we just grab that, and then we grab our essence, and we program this, and it'll start pulling it into the system. So then all we got to do is go get a drawer for it. And we'll have Terce Steel Essence. Now, Terce Steel Essence, are you used for anything other than creating Terce Steel? You are not. So you know what? This is a good time for us to go ahead and just craft it up into Terce Steel then. That way I can get the nuggets and the blocks automatically and not have to worry about it. So we'll come over here. We're going to turn this off. Yes. So it'll start filling in. But what I want to do is grab that soul stone. Soul stone. And this is kind of sort of a bummer because I'm not going to be able to put this here because that's remembering that slot, huh? So I have to actually forget this slot, and then I got to grab some of this essence. Open, it's going to just continuously keep exporting it. How about you turn off too? How about that? Okay. Give me this stuff. Let's create one of those little shard things. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put essence here. We'll put nether star shards here, and then we'll put Terce Steel essence here. Then we will blank out the rest of it. Remember the slots, pull it out. Over here, we're going to go ahead and say Terce Steel essence is going to become this, and you're going to go to the external. You're still internal, and then you're external. Okay, cool. Now we can go ahead and turn it on, and it'll start importing, and we can go ahead and say export nether star essence and Terce Steel essence. So then all of the Terce Steel essence will get exported into the system, and then we can go ahead and get Terce Steel and put that into a compacting drawer, and then we will end up with nuggets and everything and blocks of it and not have to worry about it. So if we pop this over here, now we will end up with Terce Steel. So we have 7 blocks of Terce Steel already just from that. Like all that struggle to get the Terce Steel, and look how fast we end up getting more of it. It's like the seeds, mystical agriculture is absolutely OP. Okay, how you doing? You are quarter of the way. I do need to get it all the way up in order to get everything else going that we're going to be working on. Our next major goal is to open our portal to Alfheim. In order to do so, we're going to need 8 living wood. I believe to get the living wood, we do this. I don't know if we actually need living wood instead of living wood logs, but we got 8 living wood. We're going to need to get ourselves 2 Natura pylons and an Elven gateway core, all of which we can now craft up because we have Terce Steel nuggets available to us. So we can go ahead and grab our Elven gateway core and Natura pylons. We're going to acquire mana pylons. We're going to acquire some mana steel, so let's just get ourselves a little bit of... Actually, I can't, can I? Iron. Okay. Be very conservative there. So we need to get ourselves a mana pylon. 1. I need another mana diamond. That, I don't know if I have enough mana in there for. I do. Okay, so a mana pylon. And then we can convert that over to a Natura pylon fairly simply. So we have that going. And the only other thing that we need is mana, right? Everything's set up. Right-click the Elven core with your wand to activate the portal. 2 mana pools, a huge amount of mana, which is 1 whole total pool, I believe, and a Natura pylon over the 2 pools. So we have to make something that looks similar to this setup here. I'm going to go ahead and just place it right here because, well, why not? So Elven gateway core, we're going to have living wood. Then we're going to have rando block here with living wood, rando, living wood. Then we get our glimmering living wood, and that goes here and here, and then you go here, here. Break that. Give me that back. Thank you. You are going to go, I want you to face, yeah, like that, so we can see, and then that. There we go. And so then all I have to do is get 2 mana pools, 1 and 2, and 2 Natura pylons, 1 and 2, and then, do this, but it's not going to work. Watch, it's going to absolutely fail because not enough mana is available to us. So I need to get mana drained out of this mana tablet, so we can go ahead and take this into mana tablet to pool mode. We can drop. Sure, I guess. Oh. There we go. That's working. And then this one's going to do the same, but we got to get more mana into it. So let's do that. And then back up. Let's do that. Speed it up. Are you at half yet? Hey, we should be good to go. I believe. Come on. Get in there. Get in there. There we go. Oh my goodness. There. Jeez Louise. Okay. Are you kidding me? Did it picked it up again? Stay away. I don't want it. Why? Magnet? You're not supposed to be magneting things up. Oh my gosh. I swear I'm within the range of the magnetization. You know what? It's the mana tablet that's out of the range of the magnet. Okay, cool. So this should be sitting at least half a pool. No, only a quarter pool. Wait, what? Those only hold half a pool of mana in each one of these? All right, we'll be back. All right, in theory, we should now have enough mana between both pools to be able to open this. So let's open up the portal to Alfheim. And it looks good. Yeah, it looks good to me. I think it's great. Now, there is a maintenance cost, I believe, for this portal. So eventually we can run out of mana and it will end up closing. But hopefully by then we are able to get, stuff taken care of. Because my first major goal here is to get our mana production going faster. So I want to get myself the Elven mana spreader. In order to do so, we need to get Elementium ingots, which is done by throwing mana steel through the portal. So let's grab some mana steel. I don't have a ton. And by I don't have a ton, I don't have any, it looks like. But we do have the mana splitter back, so we should be starting to get mana going. So we throw that through, and did I just throw it through to the other side? I think it did literally go all the way through. Let's solve that problem by doing this. Great. Oh, I was like, no, don't tell me it closed my portal. Nope, just rendered weird. Okay, so now that we have a wall there, let's grab another mana steel and try that again. There we go. Now we have our Elementium. So we have that going, so we can do that. And then we need to get some living wood to get some of that dream wood. Luckily, this doesn't cost mana, so we don't have to worry about that. But if we go ahead and throw that into there, we will get the dream wood back. A little elf on the other side. He's like, hey, I like that stuff. Let me give you some of this in exchange. Okay, cool. So we got some dream wood. Now we can go ahead and make ourselves an Elven mana spreader, which will help speed up this whole process a little bit. Hey, stop picking up those things. Let's do this. Let's do Elven mana spreader. Let's do this. We're going to bind you back to here. There we go. You can have your potency lens put back on. Let me get out of here. Potency lens reattached. Thank you. You are doing your thing. Grab your nether stars that I have picked up by accident. And now we should be getting at least a little bit faster on our mana production, right? With an Elven mana spreader, we should be doing a little better overall. I can't tell, but we're still, you can kind of see if you look like we're now, every burst is going out to here, where previously it was like here. So we are getting more, but ultimately we would want to get that up even higher tier. But Gaia mana spreaders are something that we cannot do just yet. Almost. We just need to get the Gaia spirits. How do we get Gaia spirits? Well, unfortunately, that is going to be something that's going to end up having to take place next episode, because I was not expecting to have to wait. But because Mythic Botany is in the pack, it does change how we actually get to the Gaia spirit. We have to go into Mythic Botany in order to do so. Specifically, we have to get ourselves a mana infuser in order to get Alf Steel ingots. The Alf Steel ingot is what's going to allow us to create the Gaia mana spreaders or the Gaia pylons in order to be able to summon the Gaia Guardian. So we need to get Gaia pylons. Those require Alf Steel pylons, which requires Alf Steel nuggets. Also requires Natura pylons, but that's easy enough to handle. Once we get mana going over here, we're okay. We are also going to need a dominant spark, I know that for sure, in order to get the mana over to the Mythic Botany mana infuser. And I'm sure the quest chain is probably going to tell us this. No, actually, it does not look like the quest chain does tell us that we need to get into Mythic Botany for this, but we definitely need to get into Mythic Botany. So next episode, I'm going to let this run and we're going to get full mana pools. Like I ain't messing around now. We're going to get full mana pools and just let this run. I'll probably end up getting extra mana pools even maybe, and just make sure those are full. Cardboard boxes are fantastic for picking up mana pools without losing the mana inside of them. So I'll let this run, get us mana, so that way we can do it, because I know that we can look at this already. The Alf Steel is going to require 1.5 mana pools to get just the Alf Steel going. Right there, Alf Steel ingot, 1.5 mana pools. Now, is there an essence for this? No, we can't even. So if we needed more of this, we can't create mystical agriculture seeds for it. So we definitely want to make sure that we are conservative with it and everything. I was like, what was that? But that was a wandering trader spawned in and then died. But anyway, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, in between episodes, I'll get things ready for us to be able to fight the Gaia Guardian, because our next goal after Botania is to take care of that guy back there and start working on blood magic and getting that going. Because it's really kind of sort of our bottlenecks is between blood magic and Botania. Also some Project E. Maybe we'll get into that because I've never done that before. Anyway, if you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one. Have a good one.